Alright everyone, I want to thank you all so much for watching this video here along US Route 550, also known as the $1 Million Highway, as we drove between Silverton and Ridgway, Colorado, also passing through the historic mining town of Ouray. So before driving this stretch of US Route 550, and really before doing a lot of the research for this video, I had assumed that the entire drive of US Route 550 over the San Juan Mountains is known as the $1 Million Highway. And like I said while doing the research for this video, I actually found out that the stretch between Silverton and Ouray, the stretch that goes over Red Mountain Pass and through the Umcompahgre Gorge, this 25-mile stretch of US Route 550 is officially known as the $1 Million Highway. And if you want to narrow it down even further, the stretch that goes through the Umcompahgre Gorge between Red Mountain Pass and the town of Ouray is also what's mainly referred to as the $1 Million Highway. So there's actually 3 different definitions of the $1 Million Highway, but the most commonly accepted one is the stretch that goes over Red Mountain Pass and through the Umcompahgre Gorge between Silverton and Ouray. But I, like many other people probably do and just assume, is actually that this entire stretch that goes through the San Juan Mountains is referred to as the $1 Million Highway because it's such an amazing, beautiful drive the entire way. These 2 hours that you drive through the San Juan Mountains between Durango and Ouray, Colorado are absolutely breathtaking. This road was very high on my bucket list for a very long time, and I'm glad I finally got to cross it off my bucket list here as my grandpa and I passed through the San Juan Mountains here in fall of 2024. As previously mentioned, this road was pretty high on my bucket list for quite some time, and I actually set my expectations pretty high for before driving this road right here, and let me tell you, it absolutely blew all my expectations away. This road is easily a 10 out of 10, and if I could go higher than 10, I certainly would, because this road is such a nail-biter to drive here as you descend down the north side of Red Mountain Pass, and then eventually end up in the Umcompahgre Gorge down there, farther down the road as you make your way down to Ouray. I always knew that this road was pretty dangerous, especially during the wintertime because of the driving conditions here with how steep and narrow the road is, and the fact that there's actually no guardrails when you pass through the Umcompahgre Gorge. But I also found out that this road is the #1 road that's prone to avalanches in the entirety of North America while doing the research for this video. I knew that avalanches were definitely a big concern, especially going through the Umcompahgre Gorge there, as it's just nothing but cliffs there where the road passes through the heart of the gorge, but man, I didn't realize just how deadly this road actually is. Even after seeing like this road making a number of lists, especially in the top 10 most dangerous roads in the United States, this road always seems to make the list one way or another. But yeah, I mean, 7 to 8 people lose their lives every single year on this road, especially going through the Umcompahgre Gorge, and that's just really telling just of how bad and dangerous this road can be, especially during inclement weather. Of course, when my grandpa and I were driving this road, unfortunately we got caught in a little bit of a rainstorm here, which was really unexpected because looking at the weather forecast and the days leading up to this drive right here, these clouds and subsequent rain were just not even in the forecast, so I'm just not really sure where this came from. It just goes to show that you can't trust the weather 100% of the time. And even though it was cloudy and raining, and it did take a little bit away from the fall colors that we were driving through here, because I'm sure they would have been even more vibrant when it was completely sunny out, it was still an amazing drive nonetheless. And typically I really don't like showing videos that just feature a whole bunch of rain, because I just really think rain and then of course having the windshield wipers pass in front of the camera is just really kind of a turn off to some people. At least it is to me, because it just really takes away a lot from the video in my personal opinion. But this is such an amazing road that I did make an exception here, even though like I said earlier that this rain was definitely not in the forecast in the days leading up to us driving this road right here, and this was actually the only rain that we ran into on the entire trip. And then of course it just had to be on this amazing road right here, but it still didn't take away from the driving experience. This was just an absolutely beautiful drive, and I would honestly love to come back here during like the summer and just film this road again, just to show you how different the seasons can change along this road right here, just the type of scenery with all the snow up in the mountains like during the early part of the summer versus the fall colors that you see right here in this video. It doesn't matter what time of year you drive this road, it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Alright everyone, I just want to give a shout out to all my social media accounts that you see on the screen here, because I really am trying to grow my social media accounts beyond just here on YouTube. I would really appreciate it if you guys would check out my Instagram. I'm really trying to grow that social media platform, so I would really appreciate it if you guys would follow me on there. My username is just InterstateKyle. What's really cool about my Instagram is if I'm on a road trip, I will post on my story of where I am and what I'm doing, so it's just a really cool way for you guys to follow along with me in real time to see what I'm doing and what I'm up to. I know my videos on here can get pretty dated very quickly, so if you guys want to see what I'm doing in real time, I highly recommend checking out my Instagram, and I would really appreciate your support over there. You guys can also check out my Facebook group and my Twitter/X account. The links to all those are down in the description. Another thing I want to give a shout out to is my Patreon, which is a way for you guys to support me beyond YouTube here. If you guys want to join my Patreon, you guys can get special perks for joining, like watching all of my videos early before they are released here on YouTube. And all the money I make on there goes right back into this YouTube channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. The link to my Patreon is also down in the description, so if you really want to check it out, I would really appreciate your extra support over there as well. And another thing that is set up on my channel is Super Thanks, which is located to the right of where you would normally like one of my videos. What that basically is just a way for you guys to tip me out for each video going forward if you feel that I've earned it, of course. And then all the money on there also goes right back to this channel to keep producing more of these types of videos in the future. And with all that said, folks, I really hope you all enjoyed watching this video here along the $1 Million Highway between Silverton, Ouray, and Ridgway, Colorado. This is easily one of the most beautiful and scenic drives here in the United States. I really hope you all enjoyed riding along with us through this amazing part of Colorado and the Rocky Mountains. I want to thank you all so much for watching this video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and take care, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to the next adventure, and we will see you next time.